So I have come to realize that there is a vast magical world of tools driven by your impact. As a DIY guy, anytime I can get more mileage out of tools that I already have, I want to know more. Now, working on a car often involves jacking it up in the air. And if you want to do it quickly and safely, you use a big hydraulic jack, or maybe even you're in a shop and you have a big 2-post lift. But there is a way that you can do it without having to use any muscles. Now, they make a scissor jack with an attachment for a socket. So instead of a scissor jack that you have to crank by hand like in the roadside kit, you have a jack that you can stick a socket on a drill or an impact, and you can actually drive that jack up just using the power of your impact. Now, it is a scissor jack, so it's not the strongest jack. I'm not a huge fan of the strength of those things, but it is a pretty cool way to save energy. Now, if you want to get real serious about scissor jacks, they do make a pretty heavy duty one, can lift up to 2 tons, also driven by an impact. That is also really cool. So you can save the $300 on a hydraulic jack. You can spend $25 for this scissor jack that can be driven by an impact. Just remember to always use jack stands, especially when you're lifting with this thing. Every once in a while you need to pull something or hoist something up into the air, and you need to do it with a winch. Now, a winch is just a really strong electric motor pulling a cable. But as we've already discussed, you have an electric motor already. Enter the 1,000 pound lifting capacity impact driven winch. It's got a hook on both ends. You hook up your load and you fire your impact and it retracts the cable. Now, you're not going to be pulling out an oak tree stump out of your front yard with this thing, but I could see you maybe using it as an engine hoist, or maybe lifting the front end of an ATV so you could work on it in your garage, something like that. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. Small package. You don't have to have power for it. You don't have to have hydraulics. You just have a winch when you need it. When I was a kid, my dad had a lot of trailers, and it was always my job to go in the back and use the hand crank on the trailer to raise it off of the ball hitch. And I always thought, gosh, this is so much work. Cranking and cranking and cranking just to lift the trailer up this much. Well, if only I had known about this invention that bolts right in the place of a normal trailer jack, and it can be driven by an impact. So now, in order to lift that trailer tongue up to put the hitch from the truck or whatever underneath it, you just fire your impact gun. And then if you need to retract the foot so that it doesn't hit anything while you're driving, instead of 1,000 revolutions of that handle and a lot of shoulder work, you just pull the trigger on your impact. So I know what I'm going to be getting my dad for Christmas. Now, traditionally, even if you were a DIY mechanic, getting your tires changed was something that you usually had to go to the tire shop for, because to get tires off of rims, it requires a hydraulic machine, very powerful, to get that steel banded tire off the rim. Well, recently discovered this small company making some DIY tire changing tools. And this is actually the video that my viewer sent to me. I thought was really cool. They've invented this tire removal tool that is really sleek, low profile, and just run by an impact. So what I really like about this design is in your garage, you can remove a tire yourself. And then when you don't want to be removing tires, you just put it in the corner and it's not taking up a bunch of space. Doesn't take electricity, doesn't take hydraulics. Very simple mechanical tool. So if you're a DIYer that actually wants to do more tire changes, or maybe you have a set of winter tires that you're always putting back on and off every year, you could be saving that money from a tire shop and buying this tool, and it could be worth it for you. Now, one of the reasons I don't do a lot of painting with car projects is because it requires a totally different tool set. Like if you want to paint, you need a compressor, air hoses, air dryers, and a nice spray gun. Now, this little portable paint sprayer is just like any other airless paint sprayer, except that you attach it to a drill or an impact. Now, this is not marketed to be used on cars, but I did some research and found people have used it to paint cars. Now, this is not going to probably get you the results that a professional system would, like with air and a nice gun, but this could be great for small jobs or repairs. And at the very least, I imagine it would get you better results than a rattle can would. I would imagine your results would be somewhere in the ballpark of a traditional electric airless sprayer. Now, this company makes the exact same sprayer, but a standalone version. You don't need your impact, but it's $100 more. So you're saving $100 by using your own impact. Why not? Now, if you want me to try one of these products that I've talked about, let me know in the comments and I will totally go out and get one and do a video on it. And we'll see you next time.